Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. I have a question. Have you ever struggled with an idea? Have you ever struggled to the point where you keep wondering and you just have some such great imaginations? I have had struggles. I've had struggles with where I want to live, what I want to be in life, what car I want to drive, what house I'll buy, how many children do I need? Do I need a husband or do I not? So I've had those ideas. I've had struggle with what my life would be, what's my purpose in life. And I've had great imaginations, imaginations that took me far and wide. I'd love to share a story with you regarding my imagination. See, as a child, I wondered what I'd be in life. And as a child, I thought about being a nurse. But I remember being in a divine worship service. And in that service, my mind took me all the way to England, where I went there to be a nurse. And while being there in my practice, I remember in that imagination that I received a list of my patients. And when I look at the list, there was a name that vividly stood out in my mind. But when I got to the bedside of that person, the person was unfamiliar. The name, familiar. Person, unfamiliar. Ladies and gentlemen, this person I'm speaking of is my father. See, my father left for England when my mom was pregnant with me. And he did not return until I was 15. Now, can you imagine what the thoughts were in my mind as I learned that he was going to be in my vicinity? I was excited. I had questions. I had imagination. I had thoughts. I was going to be talking to him. I'm going to look at him. I'm going to touch him. I'm going to feel him. I'm going to feel a hug from him. But alas, it didn't happen. It did not happen. It did not happen until I was 23 before I actually blessed eyes on him. I really love to demystify the fact that the impact that it has on children whose father is missing. So I'm here to address daughters who feel that they are stuck, feel like they cannot make it, feel like life is not worth it, feel like they have no purpose in life. I'm here to tell you, you have a purpose. And that purpose must be fulfilled. Don't ever think that you are not enough. You are enough. We have a tendency to think that children who are brought up without fathers are more likely to be promiscuous, be poor. They're more likely to have low self-esteem. They just have poor development or not able to learn. But I'm here to demystify that. So many times we look at people and think differently. We think of them in a way that is not true. See, research shows that children who were fatherless, they are more likely to experience these factors that I've mentioned, being poor, being promiscuous, not able to learn, being in trouble, drug use, and so on and so forth. And also see that in America, the African American children, there are 14 million children who are receiving support from the system. And many of these children are from homes that's single parent, and more often it's the mom, the mother, who's there. But may I submit to you that regardless of what this research says, a daughter who is without a father can definitely succeed. And I would love to share 3 points here to show that regardless of what they go through, regardless of what they're experiencing, they can be confident. And how do they build this confidence? They have to accept the fact of who they are. They have to learn to depend on the community. It's very helpful. And sometimes they have wonders. So by acceptance, what I mean is that they have to accept who they are, where they are, what they have within them, and what they're able to do, what they're capable of doing. They are enough. They cannot use the exterior world to allow them to cause that fear and the fear that cripples them. They have to depend on the fact that they know what's within. They know what they want. They know how to survive. With this, they also have to forgive. They have to forgive the person, forgive their fathers in this particular instance. Forgive your father for what he has done. And because that forgiveness will unleash cause that healing within you and cause you to think differently. So that matter of releasing and knowing that when you do this, you're making room for improvement. You're making room that you can really succeed, that you can do the things that you want to do and not have anything as a barrier for you. So that's one thing you got to do. Now, thinking back as I'm speaking, I think about a great transformational speaker, Lisa Nichols. Now, Lisa Nichols said, when people think that you should dim your light, and when they think that you're shining too brightly, all you need to do is hand them a shade. If they think your light is too bright, you can shine. You can shine regardless. She also went on to say that while she was growing up and going to school, she had a very poor grade in English. And she remember being told that she's the weakest writer and that she's not a good public speaker and she should get a desk job. However, today, may I let you know that she is one of them great writers. She has 7 books, and I think counting, that she's achieved. What if she had allowed the exterior world to crumble her thoughts and ideas? Then she probably would have moved forward. So I'm saying this to you. Move forward. Don't allow what's outside to control you. Think about the community. Now, the community is very, very important. The community will help to nurture your ideas, nurture you, guide you. And by the community, we're thinking of the school, we're thinking of churches, we're thinking of people in your own vicinity where you live, your neighborhood. We're also thinking about what's within you. What is it that you have to share with the world that you can do regardless of what others are thinking? You sometimes have to depend on the community to help. There's an old adage that says, it takes a village to raise a child. Truly, I can say, it took the village to raise me. And, speaking of confidence, remember, I'm talking about how you could build your confidence. I remember within me lies that desire to sing. I love to sing. But when I tried to sing and I held the microphone and the microphone keeps moving in my hand like this and my tongue like is stuck to the roof of my mouth and my feet were shaking. But anyhow, I did it. I withstood all that. I did not allow the fear to overpower me. I felt the fear and do it anyhow. Today, nobody can stop me from singing. I sing anywhere, anyhow, anytime, amongst any crowd. What if I had allowed that fear to cripple me? What if I allowed the words that others say sometimes about, oh, you can't do it, this is not for you. What if I'd allowed that to happen? Then I wouldn't be able to touch so many people in the world through the singing. And it's not so much about the singing right now, just giving you an idea of how your confidence can be built over a period of time. When you think of wonder, how many of us have had wonders? We wonder how this person made it, how that person made it. What is it that's going on in people's mind? You wonder. Have you ever wondered how a child gained confidence? Have you ever wondered how the baby began walking? Now you see the baby start creeping. They walk, they got up, they step off. Sometimes they fall, they get up again, and they step again, and sometimes they fall. Now, what if they decided to sit down and not walk? At what point in time would they walk? See, the child is looking at the different spectrum. They're seeing people everywhere moving. So the child may be saying, then I need to move too. What's wrong with me? So that child learned, remember, that's part of the environment. The child is learning from what they're seeing. The child is learning from that instinct that they have within them to move. So my question to you is, where are you today? What are your thoughts? Are you thinking of fear, lack? Or you're thinking of confidence and tenacity and that which you have within you that you need to unleash to make the world a better place? What are you doing? Remember, I want to say to you, acceptance builds the confidence, community nurtures it, and the wonder affirms it. So that confidence that you have that you're able to do certain thing, you know that you can do it. And so you try. You see others do it, so you say, I could do that too. And the community, think about how the community helps to nurture you. As you get your praises, as you get encouragement, as you get the pat on the shoulder, that helps you to gain that confidence. And the wonders, they say, never cease. We always wonder. We wonder if we'll be successful in life. We wonder if we're going to be able to buy that car. We wonder if we're going to buy that house. These are some wonders. We wonder so many things. But I would love to conclude by saying, you are not a stagnant lake. You are a flowing river. You are not a stagnant lake. You are a flowing river. Do not procrastinate, because procrastination is an assassination to your destination. Remember, go change the world. You can do it. Yes, you can. Thank you.